You still there, Ty?
I am here.
Okay, okay. Shall we go over to my screen share and where I can basically get started because we have a guest coming in about 15 minutes. I might have to ask him to wait another 15 minutes because I wanted to get halfway through, bring him in, and then he can have his 10, 15 minutes or something, and then come back and finish off.
Yep, that should be going over to you now.
Right, okay. Can you see my screen yet?
Yes, it's coming up.
Just let me know when you can see it I'm fully, and I know what I'm
Okay.
doing now. I'm going to dock the chats and the questions. So I'll need you to keep an eye on that. And any support questions, any support issues is not for this webinar, okay? But I'm going to give you a link to the Facebook group as well in a minute, and that's also not for support. It's mainly just training, strategies, and, you know, we'll cover a lot of things as we go through the webinar about that, okay? Now, support things, I think we still had a few in there. I wanted to get cleared this morning, but I just didn't get time because I was preparing for the webinar. But anyway, can you see the screen yet?
Yeah, they're saying they can see it. I can see it. It took a little while for it to come up, but it's up there.
Okay, okay, that's fine. As long as they can see it, then I can just go ahead. All right, now let's start by saying welcome and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope this is going to be a great year for you. I've got plans to make it a great year for you too, believe it or not. What we've been doing in the last couple of months, especially within the Commando HQ suite, has been something kind of I would call sensational, some of the things that we've added in there. But what we've been very, very slow with is the training, and that has bothered me for quite some time. So I'm doing now weekly webinars every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully we're not going to have the same issues we had getting this one started. We'll just get better and better at it. Every Sunday night Eastern Time, we will be doing training webinars, okay? It will all be about video SEO. We might dive a little bit into sort of mainstream SEO for websites and stuff like that. And there will be strategies shared throughout the year. All of this is free. The training is free. Don't forget, I give away all the training for free because I have a software business. And what I typically do is I create strategies, we go and we test them, and then we automate them, okay? And
Hey,
that's the way
Tony.
that we've been doing things for the last year. Yeah?
Tony, sorry to interrupt you, but we've got some people saying you might need to speak up or you got to move closer to your microphone.
Oh, okay, no problem.
There you go.
I'll
I think
try
that's
to, but I
better.
thought this. Yeah, I've got some headphones in here, so maybe, yeah, I'll sit next to the microphone a little bit better. All right, so first of all, if you're taking a poll, there's no right or wrong answer. I just want to see exactly where people are right now because it's going to tell me a lot about what we need to do with the training for the coming year, okay? But as I was saying before, the training is where we've really, really been let down. Now, we had a Facebook group before, and I got burned out there, guys. I got really, really burned out there. People asking me to log into the YouTube accounts, log into the IFTTT accounts, and when I logged in, I can see that they hadn't watched the training videos, and I just got sick of it because I had other things to do as well. I've got a bunch of other customers who do take the time to watch the training videos, and it's unfair on them that they don't get the training because somebody else is too lazy to go and check it, okay? So I just got tired of it. But what I decided to do after thinking about this for quite a long time is just get a new Facebook account because that one is getting spammed to hell. We start a new Facebook group, and we have a new Facebook group now, okay? So I'm going to put that Facebook group into the chat. The link into the chat, and everybody is welcome to join, okay? There is a link there. Please let me know if you can see that link. And I will add you as soon as I get time, okay? As soon as the webinar is finished. Right, Ty, you got background noise there, or is it me?
No, I'm afraid that's you.
Okay, I don't know why. Anyway, okay. So the webinar schedule, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those four main ranking factors that we got on the poll, okay? I'm going to try and get a couple of those done. Then we're going to bring in a special guest, and he will be here for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll go back into the webinar again and talk about the other two factors, okay? All of it is very, very important for 2014, and I have been watching it. I have been looking at what's going on. And, you know, the great things about it, when we get these algorithm updates and stuff like that, you always get a bunch of sort of nerdy SEO guys with a guest blogging and all that. They can give you a ton of data from the testing and the case studies and stuff like that. And I've been watching it very, very closely. And whenever I get something like that, what I want to do is go and create a strategy around it, and then we try and automate it. But you need to know the basics of what is working before you use any software anyway. Otherwise, you're just clicking the button and you're hoping for the best. You've got to understand what is behind it, okay? And that's what we're going to try and do with these webinars, these weekly webinars, okay? So that's what's going to happen in today's webinar. We've got a special guest coming in at 9:30. I might have to ask him to delay for 10 minutes. And I've given you the link to the Facebook group as well. So let's get started, okay? Okay, in the last year, there's been, in my opinion, there's probably been more, but 3 main events happened in the last year with YouTube, okay? First was the one channel layer, and what that meant to us was that they were integrating into Google Plus at that time. That was the whole intention, to make the one channel, okay? They're integrating, so they've got the social network of Google Plus, plus they have the social activity and video stuff for YouTube, okay? And then came the multi-channel feature. And the multi-channel feature is absolutely huge for us. This gives us so many opportunities. You would not believe the amount of strategies I've got for them. It's huge for us for this coming year, okay? And then there came the new comment system. Now, the new comment system is really, really awesome. I don't know how much you've spent playing around with it, but we can now put links into comments, which is major. And if somebody likes a comment on Google+, it counts as a Google+ one. If you put a link to a video that you've got on your channel, it automatically comes up as a hyperlink with the title. And it's just massive, massive, massive opportunity for us. And comments always has been a really, really good way to get ranking, both on Google and in YouTube, okay? But what we're going to cover with these 4 main areas that we've got coming up is going to cover that kind of stuff as well, because all of this is important. There is no right or wrong answer in here. It's all majorly important, okay? So let's start with views and retention, okay? How many people think that the amount of views is important? Can you just type in some into the questions area if you think that the amount of views is important? Okay, a lot of people saying yes, yes, yes. I personally, I don't think it's as relevant as how long people watch for and the interactivity that happens afterwards. It's not about going buying 5,000 views on VagX.com, okay? What happens if you buy 5,000 views on VagX.com, but your combined related keywords add up to about 500 searches per month? And you get 5,000 views in a 24-hour period and then 0. What happens then? You're leaving a massive, massive footprint. And we used to do this kind of thing before Panda. We used to go and buy 5,000 forum links on Fiverr.com. And, you know, when Panda hit, I think I was between number 2 and number 4 for the keyword SEO training in the UK. And I just disappeared completely because, you know, I was gaming the system pretty badly. And I can see something like that happening very, very soon. Now, there's been some major, major changes in the last year on YouTube. I expect that will happen again. I've got absolutely no doubt about it. And one of the things that they will definitely be targeting is people who are buying views, because you're manipulating the system in a way that is kind of unfair to other people, but it's not been done cleverly enough, okay? We're all trying to game the system from time to time, but really we should be gaming the system only to get a jump start. It's not the be-all and end-all of the ranking factors. And YouTube SEO is going to get harder and harder and harder, which is why I design my softwares with the strategies that I do, because we can have multiple different strategies that we're trying to improve on and trying to evolve with, and we're not relying on just one thing. So if you're relying on buying views, I'd be very, very careful. But what you want to be doing, what you have to make sure, is that you have retention and your views don't all happen at one time and then 0, okay? It's really, really important, because there's 2 main things about when you're getting views. It's how long people are watching the videos for, okay? And it's also the interactivity. There must be interactivity. But also, in my opinion, what we need to be doing is we need to be getting views not direct to a YouTube link, just to direct onto a YouTube link. That's just so unnatural, and they will catch up with us guys if we're going to be doing that kind of stuff. So that's why we have the ability to syndicate. And if you can get views from all those URLs where you have done some syndication from, it will show up in your YouTube analytics, okay? It's very, very, very important that you can be able to understand that. Somebody saying they got banned for something? Send mobile views in Google is aware of that. Yeah, Eric is saying, yeah. The mobile views is a trick that's being used by those websites where you can go and buy views and things like that as well. Okay, so when you, I mean, the main things about the views is you have to have the interactivity, because if you get 5,000 views, it would be unnatural for you to have those views just on a direct YouTube link, but nowhere else on the web. It's just madness, okay? You would expect to be getting some social shares because that's a popular video with 5,000 views. And you would expect to be getting comments and likes and subscribes and things like that as well. So you have to take it all into account. And, you know, if you're using websites like Social Adder, which I think everybody should be because they're using unique IPs when they're getting social shares for you, then it's really, really important. And that way you can get around these kind of factors. So if you're buying views, try and spread them between the URLs. Different URLs. They can be on Facebook, they can be on Web 2.0 sites, social sites, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Coming on to the social shares, the main thing that I noticed in the last couple of weeks, I was doing a little bit of research and I wanted to get some additional stuff for the webinar, and I came across some case studies from the geeks, as I call them. Okay, and they were doing some case studies. What are the major ranking factors for well, for the past year, the past few months, and what they were finding again and again was Google Plus ones are the major thing. Okay, so the good thing about that is that we can use that a lot because it's integrated now with YouTube. We want to be getting Google Plus ones, and the next thing was the Facebook like and shares, and the next thing was tweets and retweets as well. And not just tweets, not just shares, not just like, you know, links posted to Twitter, but you want to be able to get retweets as well. So if you want to go that direction where you want to give yourself a jump start, you need to be putting one link or two links or three links on Twitter and getting those retweeted. But do it in a drip feed type of way if you want to be able to do that. And if you're buying those kind of things, then you need to be asking to get it on a drip feed. Otherwise, it's just too unnatural because, you know, when Panda hit, we were all shocked. And some people were well ahead of the game, and they were not shocked at all. They were prepared for it. But similar things will definitely happen, in my opinion, with YouTube SEO. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's in 2014, to be honest. Has anybody got any questions at the moment? I want to try and keep this as interactive as possible as well.
Tony, we have one question from Bob. Bob is asking, what ITT channel is the owl with the glasses? I think that's Hootsuite, right?
Yeah, I think it is actually. I would need to go to IFTTT and look at the icons, but they're not working with IFTTT anymore.
Yeah, we're not really recommending using IFTTT. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm still using it. I've actually added a new tab in Commando HQ, and we will add that into Tube Backlink Commando as well, which is basically for to get blogger ranking. And what we were trying to do there was, because what IFTTT were doing, I was banging my head against the wall trying to get through to their support, was that they were doing multiple posts, and when the multiple posts were happening, you also got these multiple headlines as well. So you would have like SEO in 2014, and it would be SEO in 2014, and it would happen about 5 or 6 times or something. So it looked really spammy. Okay, so what we've done in the meantime is we took Trip Social from the HQ suite and we made that do link wheels, and we put the account creator in there as well. So it will create the social accounts as many times as you want. So it will go and create social accounts for about 8 different sites. But you need to use your CCleaner and proxies and stuff like that to get the best out of it. And then it will just go and link wheel your videos that you got on your channels, and with one click it will just go and do it all, and it will always have a link going back to the last URL, which is the same principle as what was happening with IFTTT. Now I still use IFTTT, I haven't got rid of it, and I'm keeping it within the software suite as well, because it does have its own values, okay, as far as, you know, getting embeds, which a lot of people, I had to chat with somebody the other day, I think it was on Facebook group, I think it was Tony Peacock, and he was telling me about some other guys that are doing video SEO recommending that you get embeds. Embeds are good, but there's other factors to consider, because you still need to get the social shares, okay, and you need to get views on those embeds. Otherwise, in my opinion, they're not that much use. Okay. Any other questions?
Hey, Tony. Yeah, you're spewing, which is awesome. Everybody likes it, but they're just saying it's going a little fast. I also wanted to give you a heads up, Tony, that our special guest is in the wings waiting, and it is at the half-hour mark.
Okay. I would say give me another 5 minutes of questions, and then we can head
Okay,
over
great.
to
No, that's awesome.
our guest.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So was any?
so we've got a question here about drip rate. The drip rate for new backlinks should be increased algorithmically over time because that is a natural logical progression. I think that's more of a statement than a question, though. What are your thoughts on that?
It's well, it can be true in different circumstances. Now, if there's a product launch, for example, you would expect to have a lot of that going on all at one time. Yeah, and if you were doing something like launch jacking, as we call it, what you want to do is you want to get in it early, and then you want to increase things like your social shares, your views and stuff, right up, those last 2 or 3 days come building up to that particular launch. And it's the same if you have a guest post, for example, you'd expect you're going to have a lot of activity at one time. If you've got a press release, you're going to expect to get a lot of activity at one time. If you make a forum post, something like Warrior Forum or something equally as significant in a different niche, then you're going to expect to get a lot happen at one time. But with forums, it's going to carry on throughout time. Yeah, it could multiply, but it really depends on the circumstances. There's various ways that you can drive traffic. If you've got an email list, you've got instant traffic. If you've got a lot of subscribers on YouTube, you've got instant traffic. And we're going to talk about the subscribers in the bit coming up in a minute as well, because they are hugely important, but it's not the amount of subscribers that's important. You want to have real subscribers, because if you've got, say, 10,000 subscribers, but you get 5 views on a video, then, Google can see that, YouTube can see that, and going to say, well, this guy's not got very good content. But if you've got 10 real subscribers and they all watch a video for today, then that's got far more value. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And for those that are saying it's a bit challenging to stay up with Tony's speed of speech, I understand that, and that's why we're recording this. And what I recommend is you download it from YouTube and use something like GOM Player, G-O-M video player, where you can control the speed. Because if we try to throttle Tony, we won't get the good stuff, guys. I'm just telling you. I've tried to slow Tony down. Ain't gonna happen. So let's take advantage of the recording and download the recording afterwards and bring it into your favorite video player where you can control the speed. And the one that I recommend is GOM video player. Okay, Tony. Jim is asking.
Is it because of my?
Go ahead.
Sorry, is it because of my accent or because I talk to?
It's the rate of speed. It's the rate of speaking, not the accent. I don't think your accent is getting it.
Right. Okay. I think I'm glad you guys never heard my mother speak. She was like a machine gun. I speak BBC English in comparison to her. I could read the news at 10 or something. In comparison. Okay.
So
okay.
Jim had a really good question about local. What's that?
Yeah.
Jim had a question about local. Can you cover some local business video ranking? I've had some searches on the local level that just seem like Google will not allow video on the front page.
Personally, I don't believe that. I think it's all about relevancy, okay? And to make something relevant, how do we make it relevant? Well, you need the interactivity of other people. You need to be using things like Social Adder, in my opinion, and getting some real people sharing things. If something is shared enough, then Google sees that as important, okay? That's why it's a major, major factor for this year. And it has been for several months now. It's great to be able to do things like syndication. It's very, very important. But you need to be taking into account, you need to be getting those links and putting them through something like Social Adder so that we can get that. But going back to local, we will cover local in webinars coming up. And if you go into the member area, which has no registration, just go to seocommandohq.com/members. You will see the tabs on the left-hand side, and you will see a course there that I kind of started 2 or 3 months ago, and I've been actually holding off finishing it because I'm waiting for some bits in the software. But it has a course there called Multi-Channel SEO Blueprint, and there is some strategies in there for local, okay? But you need social shares. If you think that you can get a video ranking on page 1, I think personally that social shares is the answer.
especially in local. I think you're going to find, there are obviously niches that are hyper competitive, but there's a lot of niches in local that I find are easy to jump in. If you follow Tony's methods, you will get in there and be a player. There was a question by John, and then we probably need to move on to our special guest, Tony, but there was a question in there about us maybe being able to provide written versions of the steps, and I know that is a challenge for you. You're much better in doing the video. So one of the things I know we've tried to do last year was try to give some kind of like cheat sheet that goes along with the video, and we can't really commit to that right now, but that's something that I'm going to try to do to help Tony, is after he releases a video, I'll try to create at least a cheat sheet so that you still need to watch these videos, because there's nuances that Tony gives us that you really need to absorb, but then I understand it's nice to have a cheat sheet that you just go bang, bang, bang down the steps, right?
Yeah, we actually tried to do that within the member area, and I did get some of them done, but I just run out of time at times, so I need to step up a little bit as far as that kind of stuff for this year. I agree with that. It is confusing for people. Yeah, it's noted, and we will look at what we can do. There's not a problem to do. It's not that we're unwilling to do it. I want to do it. I just got to find the easiest, best, simplest way to get it done. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
Absolutely.
let's go ahead and bring Walt on.
Hi, Walt. Can you hear us, guys? We have Walt Bailey.
Unmuting. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, great. Look, we've got the world of accents going on now. I heard you say about the BBC English, but I think we're covering the globe. I had some guys laying brick for me about 2 weeks ago, and they were speaking Scottish, and I swear it wasn't English in any form. But it's great to hear you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. So I think can we put a screen share over to Walt? He's got something that he wants to show the guys.
Yeah, let me try and do that. Walter, it is coming over to you, sir.
Okay, all right. Let me make sure I've got something decent on the screen. Here we go. So hey guys, how are we doing? This is my G+ profile, so I thought it was probably best. For those of you who know me, hi, good to see you. And for those of you who don't, my name is Walt Bayless. I'm a professional software developer. I come from a bit of a different background, and I'm thrilled to be on with you guys. I mean, honestly, I was sitting there listening for the last few minutes and thinking, the guys that are on this call, I can see a stack of people on this call. The information here is so unbelievably valuable. And I heard somebody say about, hey, it's too fast to follow. I always say to people, man, you got to listen faster. But hey, there's a great opportunity for some of Tony's followers there that are loving his information. Send Tony an email, and I'm sure he'll flick you some PayPal money, and you can transcribe his videos into a cheat sheet. I'm sure that's a service that somebody could provide for you. So, hey guys, look, a little bit of background, and again, thanks for the invitation. Tony and the guys have invited me on to talk for a few minutes, just very quickly. My history, I've been online in marketing for about 6 years, and I've had lots of fun with that. We've managed to get out of full-time work and buy a nice house and do all that sort of stuff, and it's been really fun. The way I got into that, I started selling advertising online. We had some advertising sites that went ballistic, and as a result, they were just getting massive traffic, unbelievable traffic. We were in the top 2,000 sites in the world on Alexa at one time, and we had local businesses. We had people falling over themselves at our door to do that for them. So we started doing some local consulting, and we started doing some ranking for people. We started getting some front page rankings, and one of the secret techniques I used was video. I picked up the tip somewhere along the line that video ranks so unbelievably well, and so I looked at the results, and it was just stunning, just absolutely stunning to see a search term on Google, for example, and 3 or 4 videos ranking in that same front page. And so video was a trick that I used. I ranked clothing boutiques, I ranked paving company. I ranked all kinds of people. I'm just trying to think of all the clients that we had. Stats like drum shop. We had a computer crew. We had professional dress. Anyway, but I was doing all these little free videos and ranking them on YouTube and ranking them on Google. And so then one of the things that I said to the people around me was that I was doing all these techniques to get these rankings, and but I wasn't enjoying the business that I was building. What I wanted to do was build the tools that kind of fit with the techniques that I was doing. So for the last couple of years, I've been building those tools. We started off with PR PowerShot because one of the techniques I used was using aged domains, so we used PR PowerShot. I built some content and linking plugins that did awesome work with SEO because, again, that's the success that I had. And the one part of the puzzle that I hadn't solved yet was how to build an awesome video marketing tool. So that was one of the reasons that Tony invited me on today, because I want to tick that box and be able to say that it's done. But so guys, is that a cool introduction?
Yes, Walter. Yeah, so can we get some responses? Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Getting a lot of yeses. Very cool. Great intro.
Cool. Okay, guys.
Yes, and people are loving PowerShot, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. That's an amazing program. We've sold nearly 8,000 copies of that, and we released Hangout plugin, which was the business people's answer to paying expensive webinar fees, and the ranking benefits of Hangouts themselves have only just been started to be explored, because that's cool as well. But guys, I want to talk to you about something special, if that's okay. So I talked about the fact that video was like one of these secret tricks. I was using aged domains, I was using all these content and link structures, it was working, and I had video as a secret tip there. And it's always bugged me that I haven't been able to build something that did all that work for me on autopilot. And I want to be able to say today that challenge has been answered. So we are releasing a brand new software program, and I'm going to flick over to this one. We're releasing a brand new software program today, which is called HydraVid. Can you guys see that? Yep, cool. Okay, we're getting some answers there. So this is my, I guess, keystone piece of software, because this answers the video marketing question. So this product's not for sale yet. This is not available on the open market yet, so don't everybody rush off. I'll make a special offer for you guys in just a few minutes, only because you're here with Tony and the team. But this is not even available for sale yet. But what this video marketing software does is the heavy lifting and the hard work of all of those people who are trying to rank videos, and this just does everything at a push button. So I'll start with the basics. If you're uploading videos to YouTube, or again, I can see a ton of people on this call. You guys are on this call because you're interested in video and interested in SEO. So I'm guessing that you guys will understand and know that there's a website out there called YouTube, right? I'm guessing you know that. And uploading the little things called videos to that site called YouTube is a great way of getting traffic. I'm guessing you know that too. And if you've been a follower of Tony's and the guys for a while, you'll know that you can optimize your keywords, you can get your descriptions, your titles, your tags, and you can really get some serious traffic by using YouTube as part of your marketing strategy. But I want to tell you about tens of thousands of website visitors and multiple page one ranks that you're leaving on the table if you do this technique. Okay? I can hear everybody going, what? Grab your pen and paper. Tens of thousands of visitors, multiple page one rankings by using that technique. What do I mean? Most people, and I'm talking above 90%, will upload a video to YouTube with optimized tags and titles, dust off their hands and say, now let's see what happens, right? And that is where HydraVid takes over, because there's a lot of traffic and there's multiple page one rankings that you're missing if you don't do the next step. And the next step is a second video uploaded for different keywords and different titles and different tags, optimized in a different way. And the next step is a third video and a fourth video. And I tell people, don't stop until you get to 15 or 20, because there's 10 spots on the front page and you want as many of them as possible. And then I tell people, you know what, don't just stop at YouTube. There's also other video sites out there which get not as good as YouTube rankings, but they get ranked, right? There's Dailymotion and Vimeo. And if you're not uploading multiple videos to those sites as well, you are losing out on ranking positions, and you're losing out on traffic coming to your website. Now it's about this time, guys, that I can feel everybody glazing over, right? Oh my God, I've got to do how many videos? What? Oh my God, I've got to do how many sites? What? Oh my God, right? And that's the trouble, is because that everybody's out of time, and sitting down and doing this stuff does take time. And unless you're a non-sleeping person like Tony is, unless you're somebody that just does this 24 hours a day, you're not going to have the time, right? So we created HydraVid. What HydraVid does allows you to do, and I'll walk through the software. I can choose a video. So for example, if I have a look at this one, I can grab any video that I've got there. Let me see. Videos. Any video, that one, there we go. What I can do is I can drop in a title. Now, let's say, for example, let's just use something generic. I'm going to talk about wine tasting, right? So I can say, for example, this wine tasting video, whatever, okay, is really great. Okay, so this wine tasting video is really great. This is one title, but here's what the key is. If I put some little curly brackets around in HydraVid, I can go for other keywords at the same time. This, red wine, white wine, awful wine, tasting video. Okay? I can now actually create multiple versions of this title going after the keywords in the same time. Now, I'm not touching these buttons down here because that's a different, that's the upgraded version of the software. I'll talk about that in just a second. But the HydraVid allows you to put these spinning titles in here, and we'll automatically rotate these through. So let me save that. We're going to do the same for the description. So one description covers all the wines. And again, I can grab any keyword here, and I can say drinks, beverages, etc. Okay, so I can have this information just input one time. Okay, and I can see a nice typing error there. One time. I can have multiple tags in the same way. Tag 1, tag 2. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Okay. I can have multiple categories. Upload it not just to comedy, upload it to music, education, and travel. Thank you very much. Okay. And so we've got multiple titles, multiple descriptions, multiple tags, multiple categories. And everybody, I can hear them screaming out going, yeah, but it's still the same video. Okay, cool. What we've done is add this unique end. All right. What you can do is upload a closing slide. So that, like I always tell people, make sure it's a call to action. Right? You've got this person watching a video. What do you want them to do at the end of it? So you can create a little JPEG. You can use Paint for that, or there's a free version of Photoshop if you Google Photoshop. Somebody's asking if I've got an echo. Sorry guys, I'll try and lean back from the computer a bit. There we go. Drop my speakers down as well. Okay, so you can upload your own closing slide, and what the software will do will be to add this to the end of your videos and randomize the time. Okay, this will randomize the time and it will create a unique version of the video. So now we've got a title and a description with rotating keywords. We've got the unique ending being added to it, and now let's talk about the serious power that we're putting behind HydraVid. The ability to have multiple accounts on multiple video sites, okay, and uploading all of these with the rotation and everything at the click of a single button. So what we're doing is we're taking one video, we're optimizing it for multiple keywords, tags, titles, descriptions. We're changing the ending of it as far as timing so that it shows as unique, and we're uploading to all of these video sites in one kit. What do you guys think? Is that pretty cool?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah? Can you see some benefit there?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of yeses. Cool.
Yeah. This is my key software, guys, because ranking these videos on Google, was just such an easy source of income for me, but it was still hard work to do. So we've created HydraVid to take that work away. And the cool thing is, if I go to this tab here, the history, then we kick in, because what you can do with this history tab is you get a link from all of the sites that you're uploaded to. You can copy that link to your clipboard, and you can go about doing the next steps. We talked about getting engagement with those videos. We talked about syndicating those, etc. And the history tab allows you to do that. All right. So guys, this is not available for sale yet. This is not available for sale yet. We have not opened the doors, but Tony has asked me to do a favor here for you guys. This doesn't open for another, if I look at my clock, for another 12 hours. We open the doors at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time, to this very, very, very cool software. But I want to make you guys an offer. I'm going to talk to you guys and open the doors to this software for 20 minutes only. Okay, so if you guys want to grab this, Tony's going to put a link up on the screen. You guys can jump back onto the screen share, and I'll talk about the pro version and that kind of stuff while people are going through. But Tony's going to put a link right now into the chat box, and he's going to put a link up onto the screen that you guys can go and grab this. It's not open yet, but I've just opened it up. Let me just double check that we're live and we're running.
Okay, let me just put the link.
We've got a buy button on that screen. Okay. So this is going to be open for 20 minutes. It's 1:50 p.m. right now in front of my clock in Australia. So this is open for 20 minutes, you guys, and you can go and grab this right now and really take advantage of it.
Walt?
Some people, it's already got some stuff coming through there. So this is HydraVid. This is the Video Marketer's Toolkit. All right. HydraVid has been designed to absolutely maximize your video traction. You know that this is what it's here for. You guys are into video marketing, and this tool makes that happen.
Okay, I'm trying to put the link in. I'm just going to pass it over, Carol. If you're there, could you stick that link in there? Ty, I've just put it onto your Skype as well. It's not letting me put any link in there for some reason. Let me just,
okay, yeah, let me get back into Skype. I usually log out of Skype when I'm on.
Tony's only link.
Yeah, Carol's got the link as well. Guys, I'm using Carol's webinar, GoToWebinar, that's why it's coming up as me as Carl Pico. But just in case it confuses some people.
You can pop the screen back over to you, Tony, and just put it up on a notepad or something.
Yeah, that might work. I should have just made a shortener for it, but I didn't do it yet. But Carol's about to put it in there right now anyway.
Carl can put the link up there. So you guys, once you grab this link, jump on over. As I said, we're not opening the doors for this yet. It's open tomorrow. You can have a read through. It's open tomorrow to the public, but you guys, because you're video marketers and because you're friends of Tony's, can grab a hold of this right now if you want to. So while that's going on, Tony, just let me know once you've got that link in there.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if Carl's put it in there. Okay.
Send it to me and I'll put it in.
Yeah.
There we go. I've got it posted. Walt, are you open to a couple of questions?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
So we got a few people asking the same question, and that is, how does this sort of compare to Traffic Geyser?
Yeah, great question. That's a really good question, and in fact, that's where my inspiration came from, right? Tony's just giving me this link. This is your link only, Tony. There's nobody else in the world that has the opportunity to grab HydraVid right now. Okay. So let me make sure I'm getting that going in there. Okay. Have you guys got it up on the screen? There we go. I've got it up there for you. That's a clickable link. That's Tony's link. And as you can see that in the chat box, just expand that chat box, right? And go through. Okay, so the question was about Traffic Geyser. Yeah, Traffic Geyser was my inspiration for HydraVid, actually. But you know what? It costs $97 a month, and I'm a technical guy, right? I'm a software geek, right? I could never make it work. It was too much of a behemoth, and all I needed was something simple. And so we wanted to make sure that that HydraVid was something simple. I love the concept behind TrafficVid, you know, and it's the same concept. Take one piece of work and do it multiple times. And that's what exactly the philosophy we take into HydraVid. The question is how does it compare to VideoSkin? I'll let you guys answer that. VideoSkin is a player. So you can take the videos that you upload using HydraVid and you can drop it in there to VideoSkin if you want to, which is a cool little tool at the moment too. So, yeah, the other thing, guys, I just want to make this very, very, very clear. HydraVid is a video software we're working with, the video sites like YouTube. Those sites change all the time. And from a software perspective, we need to keep that software updated. So the software needs to come with a monthly fee because the software developers need to then keep those updated. But for this launch only, we're letting HydroVid out of the box with a lifetime pricing and including those updates. So you can actually pick up HydroVid right now at it's 27 bucks on the front end, and we'll update that for you for life. We've got a strong reputation. We talked about PR PowerShot a little while ago. We released that 3.5 years ago, and we did another update for it last week. We keep our stuff updated because that's how we stay in business, right? And also because we use our tools. I use our tools every single day. I use our tools. So, you know, it's partially greed. I want to make sure that they work, so I keep them updated. But here's the gig, right? It costs a lot of money to keep software updated. And so after this launch is finished, we are going to be moving to a monthly fee, okay? Anybody that picks up HydroVid is going to be paying monthly to use this software. So that's how we're going to keep it updated for you guys. But if you get in on this launch, you can pick it up for a lifetime pricing. Okay, I can see a whole bunch of people coming through, which is awesome to see. You guys have got the early access, all right? Nobody else in the world's got this. There may be some digital dust inside. We're still uploading the latest training videos and that kind of stuff ready for opening the doors tomorrow. So just excuse us on that. If you've got any questions, you can hit up our support desk, which all the links are there, which is universalmedia-online.com/support, and that's all there. So you guys can catch up with us. Look, again, guys, it's not a trick. We aren't open for business, right? And in about another 15 minutes, I'll have to take that payment button down because we aren't open yet, and there are still some things that we're touching there. But if you run into any troubles, we're only a support desk ticket away. Guys, with a couple of people going through, I want to talk a little bit about the Pro version as well, which people will be offered as an upgrade. If they pick up HydroVid right now, you'll also get an option at the Pro version. Do you guys mind if I talk about that for a second?
Carry on, Rob.
Yeah, cool, okay. So I can see a whole bunch of people purchasing. So you guys are going to get offered the Pro version. And let me tell you that this is the version I had in mind when I designed this software. You have to buy the HydroVid platform first, and then the Pro version unlocks the additional features. And let me show you what they are. So we're talking about ranking, right? We're talking about making sure videos rank when you're getting them up onto light. So how do you know what works? You can do all the research. You can go through everything that you think about, but how do you know what's going to work? Well, let me show you what works. In the Pro version, you're getting this tool which is called Search, right? This is Search. Now, if I wanted to rank something, and we use wine tasting, so let me carry on. If I wanted to rank for wine tasting, I can type in the word wine tasting, click on Go, and HydroVid will give me the top ranking videos, titles, and descriptions for that search term. Now I can tell you what works because there it is. That's the top wine tasting video. That's the second. That's the third. These are the top videos in YouTube, and this is why the Pro version is so powerful. Okay. Now let me show you something else that's really, really cool. How do I know that this video is going to rank? Because the title and the descriptions show up as #1. What if I wanted to model off that? I've got a button over here that I can click that says Use It. If I click on Use It and click on OK and go back to my videos, I can actually see that my titles and descriptions have been updated with those ones from that already ranking #1 video. Now, that is pretty cool. I can already see that somebody just said $27 one time, Traffic Guys was 4 times that monthly. Yes, exactly. I hate paying monthly. That's why we build software that works. So anybody who grabs it after launch, you're going to have to pay monthly. Grab it during launch, you got it for the special price. So what I've just done is I've got a video that I want to rank in a particular niche. I've gone to search and I've found out what already ranks, and I've clicked use, and now I've got the exact title and description. Now here's where it's really cool, because you don't want to use somebody's exact title and description, right? Because that's just not cool at all. But what I can do with the Pro version is I've also got here spinning software. We integrate with Spin Rewriter and the best spinner at the Pro version level, and I'll show you how this works. So I can grab the title, which I know already works, and I can say, listen, I want to keep red wine. Red wine is my keyword, so I'm just going to put that there as a protected term, but everything else, spin it. And I'll click on the spin, and it goes off, hits Spin Rewriter or the best spinner, whichever you use, and you've got instantly, right, a new title with that keyword protected. Do the same here. Okay, spin it, done. Now I've got my unique titles ready to go, okay? So now I can do my uploading and that's all cool, but let me tell you about the very, very, very nice part about the last part, okay? The last part about the pro version is this one, the social, okay? The social tab within the HydraVid Pro makes everything else pale in comparison, because what we are able to do is post backlinks from our freshly uploaded videos. We've got the history and all of the links there, so I can copy that, I can go to my social, and I can drop in that link, okay, drop that in there, and instantly post to Twitter, Tumblr, LiveJournal, and Facebook, okay? That's why the Pro version is the ultimate in video marketer software. You've got the ability to search on the top ranking videos in seconds. You can use the existing titles and descriptions, obviously add the unique ending, upload to multiple accounts across multiple sites, and then drop in the social bookmarking on the back end of that. All right, guys. I'm seeing a stack of questions coming through. But guys, what do you think? Is there some thought that's gone into that?
Well, can you cover what the cost of the Pro version is? We're getting several questions on that.
Yeah, sure. You have to buy the base version first. That basically sets up the software. That's $27 at the moment. All right. After launch, it's going to go to a monthly model. Once you've purchased the base model of HydraVid, you get a chance to unlock the Pro version, and that's a one-time cost of $47. Okay. So for $47 in addition, you're going to get the Pro version of HydraVid, and you have the opportunity then to have all of the social bookmarking features, the search functionality, and of course the spinning options there as well.
That's pretty cool because it's a one-time fee, and I know how much it costs to keep up the softwares. But you know, the really good thing about this for me is that you're able to put in multiple accounts for those sites. That is massive. Absolutely. To be able to do that.
Absolutely. This is one of the big keys for me. You know, like there's so many. You can have multiple accounts. You can upload the same video with a unique ending, and it'll automatically add a unique video to a different site, optimized for different keywords. Why not? If you are into video marketing, you can have multiple accounts and you can knock this out. Now, the other thing is you can also just choose which accounts you want. So when you're clicking on submit, for example, you can say, look, you know, I don't want to do all videos. I just want to do maybe 3 out of the range I've got, and not all accounts. Just send it up to YouTube and Dailymotion for me. All right. So you've got that bit of flexibility there as well, so that you can load in your accounts, and you can do things like this. So you might have 15 different accounts. You can export them into a file, all right, and then just take out the ones you don't want to use and re-import it, so you can be really, I guess, targeted into which accounts you want to use to run this with. So guys, I've got to close this shopping cart down. Tony's just asked me for an extra 5 minutes, so it's 2:04 p.m. I've got to close this down at 20 past, okay? So we've got 16 minutes. I've got to take that buy button off the front.
Walt, this is Ty. We're getting a couple of people saying that Pro version buy button's not working. Can you check that out?
I think the button is working, Chris.
I've also got a couple of people where it's going back through. So there are sales going through of the Pro version. I can see them coming through. So
I saw Chris. Sorry, Ty. I'm sorry. Well, I saw Chris Dolan had mentioned that the buy button works on that page, the bottom one.
Only the bottom button works?
Yeah, I think so. That's what Chris was saying, yeah.
Okay. Look, I'll check it out. But guys, you can just click through on the back button, or you can hit me up in a private message and I'll steer you to the Pro version. But it is going through. Maybe refresh, because it's definitely going through. We just had a whole bunch of people hit it, of course. So we've definitely got some sales going through there. Just give it another try, guys. Guys, I'm talking to the best video marketers that I know. You guys are awesome. What do you think of the software here?
I think it's great. I think it's really great. That thing to put the end image. Can you also use video outros for that? So like an MP4 file.
Look, I haven't got that at the moment. I've only got JPEGs and etc. But there's no reason why it can't. My developers put in here AVI, FLV, MKV, and WAV. So look, I've asked him to. So he may have done it. I may not be up to speed with it because he's been working overnight. So there's a good chance that he may have already put the ability to add an outro there as well.
Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. That would just really round that software off nicely. And Carl Peacock's got some really good outros, and he's updated them. He keeps perfecting them. Maybe Carl can
Yeah, I've
put a
seen
link
those. They
for
were
his,
awesome,
his
actually.
outros in there as well, because he's got some really good stuff that he's been working on in the last couple of months. Carl, if you're there, you can put the link in for your where they can get those outros.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that would really round that off nicely. It's a great software. Well done.
Thanks, man. You know what? This is for me again. This is the conclusion of the last couple of years of hard work online, because when we started, I just built software into those techniques that I was using that work, and you know, we just keep that stuff updated as everything changes, and we just keep building the software that works. So again, it's pure greed, because I want to use this stuff myself, right? I've got over 400 websites now, and you know, we run 14 different software titles, etc. I need every advantage I can get, right? And so it's like anybody else. You want good software that works, that does the hard work for you, and it just runs in the background, and that's what HydroGrid's been designed for.
And this is Ty. I'd like to say, you know, I own a lot of your products, Walt, and, you know, there's a couple questions. Hey, can you add this? Can you do this? I'll tell you guys, having been a consumer of Walt's products, he's always updating and keeping them up to date. So some of these requests that you're asking for, if they make good business sense, Walt will get them in there.
Yeah, that's no doubt, Ty. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. You know, I mentioned we updated PR PowerShell just a few days ago. We updated Hangout plugin only just a couple of days ago. I don't even think we've released that yet. But guys, it's scary. I'll give you a number, right? I pay more than $10,000 a month to my development team to keep our stuff updated, because you have to. So if there's something missing, this is our first release of the software, and this is entry into the market at a fixed price. You guys are getting that deal, and it's not even on the market at the moment for another 12 hours yet. This is the first release, and because it's the first release, you're grabbing it for that pricing. And as you want to get things added, let me know, because chances are, man, I'll be happy to hear about it, right? Because if it helps with the software and add stuff in, let me tell you about some of the stuff that we're already planning to add in. We're already planning a whole bunch of extra sites. Some will come in at the base version, some will come in at the pro version, but you know, we're talking about document sharing sites, we're talking about video file sharing sites and that kind of stuff that we're already notching in there to get up and running. There's a whole bunch of things that we've got planned for this tool, but you guys are on the cutting edge, you are using it, and I'm happy to hear it. So, you know, drop in a support ticket. Please don't be offended if I don't get that change in the software in the next 10 minutes. But let me tell you this categorically. I've got a list of changes requested by users across all of our software, and on a monthly basis I sit down with my development team and I say, okay guys, on this software we're doing this month, this and this, and I look at, you know, the top 5. I've had people ask me for weird stuff, you know, hey, can you make it turn purple when I click on this button? You know, if it's down that path, probably not, because it might either destroy the integrity of the software, or it might just you know, not work in the way you were thinking it to work. But if there's an idea like, hey, can you add this site, or can you make a button that makes it easier to do this, then yeah, for sure, tell me, because I'd love to hear about it.
Okay, well, I think it's good. There's a lot of value in this, and I think we need to kind of move on now, mate, because I've got not that much left time on the webinar.
Okay.
But thanks for popping in and presenting.
I'll be here. No worries, man. I'm going to mute. I'll be here to answer any questions. Look, I will keep the buy button on this page for 10 more minutes, guys, if you want to grab it. 10 more minutes, you get to grab the software at launch price as a single fee. And the link, if you guys want to post that link again, just for anybody that doesn't want to scroll right up or has come in late, you can buy through this link. And you pick it up at the one-time price. You have the option to grab the pro version, which gives you the search, the social, and the spinning as well. And guys, I'll mute, but I'll be here for 10 more minutes. If you need any questions, just ask. And then after 10 minutes, I'll just pop in and let you know that we're taking the buy button down, okay?
Thank you. Thanks, Walt.
All right, guys.
All right. Tyke, do you mind to switch back over? I see there was a lot of questions there for Walt. Maybe Walt can go through those questions and answer via the text. Can you do that, Walt?
Tony, I think that's Tony's that going back. That screen should be going back over to you now.
It's back over to me now. Yeah. All right. I really did have to twist Walt's arm this morning. There were some issues that Walt brought up that were very relevant about opening it up before the actual launch. and but he was kind enough to do that for us. So I hope you guys don't mind. But if we get something very, very good, a good offer like that, then it's good that you can get it first before anybody else. Okay. Anyway, was there any? Well, let's just carry on. So we covered the views and retention. We covered the social shares, and I was talking about things like Social Adder. Now, what I did notice when I was in looking at Social Adder this morning, let me just get rid of that link in here, is that, hold on, I've lost myself. I had a link where we can get Social Adder accounts done by Social Adder themselves, and I think it was only $11 or something like that. But I think it's very, very worth doing. It's definitely worth getting those done, and I ordered some myself. No, I can't find the link in here. Oh, I know what I did. I'm just going to find me. I've got 2 different Skype accounts now. Here we go. Ty, I'm going to give this link to you because for some reason it doesn't let me put it in there. But for Social Adder, and it's very important if you're using a software like Logger, it's just shown you as well, you need to get that interactivity, guys. There's no doubt about it. You really, really need to get that interactivity, and Social Adder does it by using other people with unique IPs, okay? So that keeps things very, very natural, and it's very easy, and it's inexpensive as well, which is pretty cool, okay? So that link that I just gave to you, Ty, would you mind to drop that in there when you get a second? It's for Social Adder themselves to get accounts created for $11, and I think to create something like 26 different social accounts. So if you're using softwares like Commando HQ, that's syndication, Waltz software does syndication, you need to get those links, and you've got to get interactivity on them. That's the easiest way to do it. I don't know any other easier way to do it apart from using some softwares which we either have an HQ right now, Commando HQ Suite, or we will be building in the very, very near future. Okay. So anyway, let's carry on with this. Yeah, let's talk about YouTube interactivity. This is really, really major point for ranking in Google as well as ranking on YouTube, and especially with the comment system, the way that it's been set up now. Okay, because what we've got now is been able to do the comments with Google Plus integration. So if somebody likes a comment on Google Plus, it's going to show up as a Google Plus one. And I mentioned before that as one of the biggest ranking factors for SEO in 2014. Now this is something that we're going to be working on very, very hard to integrate into the Commando HQ Suite. I feel it's just too important that we have to be working on that very, very soon. But the other thing that you can do is when you put a link into another video that you've got, it will appear as an anchor text with the anchor text actually being the title of that video. This gives us an opportunity to create what I call silos, okay? So you can put in there link to your previous videos, and the next video you upload, put a link to the previous video again and again and again, okay? And you can work it like that, and you can work it the same way as you would be using things like playlists. So that ability has changed the whole perspective that I've got of using YouTube comments. And we did have some really, really good strategies with comments, but this is taking it to a whole new level. They've played right into our hands, okay? The things that we can do now, and especially with the multi-channel ability now, because if people don't know what multi-channel is, the multi-channel feature was introduced last year, just a few months back, and we can do now 50 YouTube channels to one Google account, okay? And what you will see now in the Commando HQ Suite is that we have integrated that. We can go and create multi-channel accounts. We have a multi-channel account creator, and we're working really, really hard right now to be able to make the commenters work so it's just one click from one account, which will be a profile with one account, and it will go through commenting from all of those, or it will randomize it as well, okay? And we can even build in the drip feed into that as well. So that's what we are working on as far as Commando HQ. But even if you haven't got Commando HQ and you want to be able to use multi-channels, go over to the member site and look for the course on the left-hand side called Multi-Channel SEO Blueprint. And now there's enough things in there for local marketers, for affiliate marketers, and for product launch jacking and things like that to give you enough ideas to kickstart and to really take advantage of that. But having the ability to have 50 accounts for 50 channels for one Google account is massive, because it's one IP address if you're using the software, but you've got 50 channels. So if you buy something like Squid Proxies, for example, you've got 10 Google accounts, you've actually got 500 channels, up to 500 channels you can use. It's absolutely massive, and that's why I've been working so hard to put this into Commando HQ Suite. Okay, so the interactivity, what else is there? There's video comments, there's channel comments, there's the likes, and the subscribes as well. Now, I did mention subscribes before because it's not about how many subscribers, and it's not about buying subscribers. What you want to be able to do there is to be able to have real subscribers that will actually go out and view the videos as well. Okay, I feel it's really, really important, and the people need to understand that. It's very, very easy to try and game the system and go and buy, 5,000 subscribers on Fiverr.com. But if you upload a video and there's no views, then Google can see that. It's going to say, well, the content can't be that good, so therefore I can't rank this. Yeah. So you need to be careful with. You want to use these kind of strategies and tactics and systems just to boost that, so that you can get yourself ahead. And from there, it's all about the quality of your content, okay? And it always will be about, and always has been about, quality of content, okay? And the other thing that's really, really big is the playlist, because we can now do multi-channel playlists. And the thing with the multi-channel playlist is that you can actually create playlists from various channels that don't even belong to you just by dropping in a URL. And I've done videos on that in the members area. If you look at the multi-channel SEO blueprint course, I've done a video on that, how to use multi-channel playlists. But if you've got Commando HQ, you really need to be watching the video on using the multi-channel playlist creator, because it's really, really important. Before, what we were doing was maybe 5 or 6 playlists for a particular video, and what the playlist creator was doing was putting your video #1 in that playlist and taking the top ranking videos from YouTube underneath that. And what we were doing was about 5 or 6 different playlists, but they were all within the same channel. Now with the multi-channel playlist creator, what you can do is you can just jump from one account in the multi-channel account and put 5 or 6 playlists, one in each, in one click. It's really, really fast, really, really easy to do, and it doesn't look spammy like it was doing previously when we were putting 5 or 6 into the one channel. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Has anybody got any questions at this point?
Tony, I'm going to jump in as well. I just want to say, guys, that we've still got some people coming through. We've got just a few minutes left. If you want to grab the HydraVid software, the video marketing program, from Tony's link, it's in the chat box. Scroll up until you find it. We're just going to have to close that off just in a few more minutes. So if you want to grab it at the $27, and then you can pick up the pro version if you want to and really power it up. But we've got to close it off in just a few more minutes.
Okay, Ty, is there any questions coming in? Okay, I'll just carry on because I can't hear Ty there.
Oh, no, I apologize. I was on mute to try to keep the feedback going. Sorry, Tony.
Okay, yeah.
There's a reoccurring question regarding, how could we leverage Walt's tool, HyperVid, along with the things that you teach and Commando HQ?
Oh, in many ways. What Walt's tool is doing is automating a lot of what I'm teaching anyway. We do have some similar things within Commando HQ Suite, but don't forget Walt's is a one-time fee, so it's a great value if you get it during that launch. But with Commando HQ, of course, we're always evolving, always updating. I don't know how many updates we had just in the last 2 weeks. I think about 5 or 6, and we just keep continuing to do. Using that kind of tool is one type of strategy for syndication, for very, very fast uploading to multiple sites and things like that. It's very, very good for that kind of thing, but you still need to be using other strategies to promote your videos. Nothing works in isolation. I keep telling people that. One thing will not work in isolation. You need to have a variety. And as we're heading into 2014, it is already getting harder to rank videos, and it is already getting harder to rank videos from YouTube onto Google. And Dailymotion, for example, ranks very, very well. Often you will see it there. But the ability to do other strategies along with it, with the tools in Commando HQ, I mean, we've got over 35 strategies and 28 different softwares within Commando HQ Suite now, and they're all unique strategies. They're all stuff that nobody else has got, nobody else is teaching, and you wouldn't believe what we've got lined up to come into Commando HQ as well. But we're focusing on these 4 elements that we're talking about today, which is the views and the retention, which is the social shares, which is syndication for quality backlinks and things like that as well. So all of that has been taken into account and keeps getting built in. And the more you can use tools to automate things, whether they're coming from me, from Walt, from Chris Dolan, and Chris got some fantastic software for video marketing. You know, it just makes your life easier, and it also gives you a variation of strategies because nothing will work in isolation. Okay, is there any more questions?
I don't see anything. I would go ahead and move on.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about quality backlinks, what we actually mean now. Okay, now we did mention Google Plus comments, and this is a major, major thing because they will count as plus ones if you're getting Google Plus comments on your YouTube views and they're getting the thumbs up, okay? That's very, very easy to do and very, very easy for us to get a jump start to manipulate, if you see what I mean. But if you've got really good content, then it's going to happen naturally anyway, okay? And probably very, very soon, I haven't even checked Fiverr for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Probably you can even get those kind of things done on Fiverr very, very quickly and very easily from unique IPs and things like that, too. And probably from Social Adder, which I haven't checked if they're actually doing the Google Plus comments for YouTube yet. But that would be a quality backlink because we know that Google Plus ones are a major ranking factor for, you know, for that case study I mentioned before. They found that Google Plus ones were a major, major ranking factor. That was like the top thing, okay. And next to that was the Facebook likes and shares and the tweets and retweets, etc. Okay. You also want to try and get links from relevant sites. Now, what do we mean by relevant sites? Well, if you've got an internet marketing video, you want to be getting links from places like Warrior Forum. If you've got things, videos about, I don't know, any niche at all, you want to be getting links back from relevant sites, okay? And the easiest way to do that is obviously commenting because it's simple to do, but you can also do it by doing things like guest posts, and also you can get quality backlinks from really good sites by using press releases, which always works very, very well with videos, okay? But don't forget, if you're embedding videos, if you're doing video guest posting, if you're doing press releases, you want to be able to get those videos viewed as well, okay? So
Hey,
you
Tony,
really
can you step up
yeah.
closer to the mic? It's getting a little faint.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. So the links from relevant sites. So how do we do them? We do them from comments. And, you know, another way of getting quality backlinks is within YouTube itself, okay? And that's when the multi-channel strategies really, really kick in because you control all and you're not spamming anybody. Now, if anybody remembers when I first started to do YouTube SEO software, it was about just over a year ago. Actually, about this time last year, we had just finished doing Tube SEO Commando software, which is now fully integrated into the Commando HQ suite. That software, actually, we had to make that one multi-channel as soon as we could because everything within the Tube SEO Commando suite was built around building networks of channels, okay? And now we can build networks of multi-channels, which makes it even better. So getting the links from inside YouTube as well is very, very powerful. Although they are no-follow links, they actually work for ranking really, really well, okay? So that would be an idea of quality backlinks as well. Does anybody get any other suggestions, quality backlinks to videos? I can tell you what else has been working pretty well. This is a website called pennybacklinks.com, and one of my friends or colleagues, customer, Noah Wider, he mentioned pennybacklinks.com. They do some wiki links as well. Cost about $3.99, and he showed me some results from that. It was ranking very, very fast by using that. And I've also seen people using high PR backlinks as well, you know, like a PageRank type backlink, and it makes sure your rankings stick a lot as well, which are really easy to get. You can even get those done on Fiverr.com or in the Warrior Forum. You can find people that are offering that kind of service in the classified section as well, and they're really not that expensive, really not. And we can still do a lot of things right now with video marketing that we can do, video marketing SEO that we can't do with normal website SEO, and we can get away with quite a lot. But that is the kind of direction really that you should go in, and you need to vary. You need to have variation of how you're ranking things, and it really depends on the competition as well. But don't forget that if you start to overtake somebody in Google or in YouTube, then they're going to fight back. If that keyword or if that video is making money for them, they don't want to get pushed back, okay? So they are going to fight back as well, because I've seen it happen to me several times, and of course, yeah, you fight back because that video is making you some money. So it's really, really important to take that into consideration as well. So the more you can do, the more variation that you have got, then the better it is. But you're always going to come back to two main things. You need to have the social activity, you need to have the internal YouTube links, you need to have quality content, etc. Okay, and the other thing is the links from syndication. So we've got a whole bunch of syndication tools out there. Walt's just showing you a really good one right now where you can put multiple accounts for places like Dailymotion, Vimeo, YouTube, etc. That's really, really useful because we can use that in so many different ways. And the way I would use that is actually to put backlinks to a YouTube video, and I find that works really, really well. And we've been doing those kind of things for a long time within the descriptions, etc. We find that works really, really well. But when you're doing syndication, don't forget to use social sites as well, because places like Facebook and Twitter, they can get you a lot of traffic as well as rankings, okay? And if you're using Twitter, you really need to be looking at what is getting a lot of shares on them. What you will find time and time and time again is compelling headlines. And it's really, really important. Your headlines must force the click-through, okay? So it has to create curiosity, it has to create intrigue to make people click through. And once you've got that happening, then you're going to get some sort of natural social sharing as well. And that's why we built into the Commando HQ suite the ability to create these compelling headlines as well, just in one click. Okay, hey, Ty, is there any more
Tony,
questions?
yeah, Tony, people are saying they're not seeing the $11 special for Social Adder going off of that link.
It's called, okay, so socialadder.com/PG/wizard.
Right. And I followed that link as well. And even if you register,
oh, okay.
People are saying they're showing the normal social booster cost of $44.95.
No, there should be one. Maybe because I'm logged in, I'm not sure. I saw it this morning. I've actually got it open on my other laptop, which is not the one I'm using right now. But it's definitely there. When you go into the account creation section, there's a link there. Excuse me. Should be a link there. If not, then have a look on Fiverr, guys. There'll be people doing it on Fiverr. But what I liked about Social Adders is they said they get it done in 24 hours.
Yeah, and Logan is saying that he's able. He says you just have to be registered and logged in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to when you land, if you click on that link that I just posted, you have to put your name and email and click the register button, and then it presents the offer of $11. So you're not going to see that $11 offer immediately, guys.
Okay. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the sharing sites, and Walt just you know, he brought that up nicely with his new software. But sharing sites are really, really good. I saw somebody mention before another software, and he thought it was it Video Blaster Pro. You know, I had that software for about a year and never got it to work on time. I don't like having to restart softwares because it keeps crashing and stuff like that. I don't know much more about that particular software that was mentioned, apart from I couldn't get it to work properly. And I know that it was quite expensive. I think we paid about $200 or $300 for it. But even when I asked for a refund, couldn't get it. Anyway, so the sharing sites are very, very important as well. But you know, the easiest way to do the sharing sites, if you want to go and get 16 to 20 done at one time, if you've got a really important video, if you're not using a software like Walt's just showed you there, you can put multiple accounts, then just go over to Fiverr.com and get somebody to do it. But the good thing if you're using a software like Walt has got there is that you can just upload to a few sites and you can do a sort of manual drip feed. I don't know if Walt's got a drip feed in his, but if you did sort of do it more naturally so that it's not all happening at one time, then you've got a really, really major advantage. But again, you need to be getting the interactivity and the views and everything else to those particular videos. Okay.
Hey, Tony, you still haven't, you step up to the mic a little bit more. You're still kind of distant. And we just wanted to remind you that Walt has taken down that offer, and if you want it, it'll be available tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for that. I really did have to twist his arm this morning, actually. It's true. I know a lot of people say that it's just marketing kind of talk, but actually I did have to twist his arm. There were some issues that he brought up and they were relevant, but he was kind enough to do that for us, so thanks, Bob. Okay, so that's basically what I think is the ranking factors, and what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks, and we're doing these webinars weekly, is we will concentrate on all of these, okay, in much, much more detail, and we'll go into strategies for them as well. This webinar was really just to set that up, okay, to give you an idea what we should be doing, but then now what we're going to be doing is we're going to get into some very, very unique strategies week by week by week, okay, and you will see these coming out a lot. So my goal for this year is to just up the tempo of the training. I don't mean talk faster. I mean, like, get this training going out every single week. We've got the new Facebook group, okay? It's not for support. Please do not use it for support because, you know, don't burn me out again, guys. You can get a lot of good stuff, a lot of good content. Just don't burn me out, okay? Don't ask me to log into your IFTTT accounts and your YouTube accounts and your WordPress sites. I can't do it. I haven't got time to do it. And if you're not prepared to watch the training videos and you know, take into account what's already been taught there, then you're just taking time away from other people to get training, and that's not fair, okay? It's not fair on me, not fair on them. So please just bear in mind the Facebook group. We can discuss things, strategies. We can discuss things in the software. Maybe you don't understand something. That's fine, but, you know, try and bear in mind it's for training, and you will get a lot of content in there if you don't burn me out, okay? Okay, does that make sense? Everything that we covered today hasn't made sense. Have you got any questions on it?
And guys, I went ahead and posted the support link for SEO Commando where you can request all of your technical questions. And then, Tony, they want to go ahead and repost the link to the Facebook group so they can request access.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it over to you. I don't know why I can't put a link in there. It just doesn't let me get a link in there. I'll just post it over to you if that's okay. And I'll give it to Carl as well.
Okay, I've went ahead and posted the link to the Facebook group. Guys, understand that we are filtering, that you will not be able to jump into the group. We will be filtering and reviewing everyone's request because we do not want this group to become inundated with spam and negative people, something that has been experienced in the last group. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah, we've got moderators this time, so they'll be getting rid of spam immediately. But one thing I do want to bring up, in the last group that we had, often people were posting links to products. Now, I don't have a problem to discuss other people's products if that product is good. But if I'm forced publicly, like I was a couple of times in the last Facebook group, to top down a product from another product creator, I'm not very comfortable with that. But at the same time, I don't want to say, yeah, that's a great product, or not answer a question if I'm in there about a product, but I want to answer honestly. Now, what you will find is when I'm doing a promotion for somebody else's product, it is always a good product. If it's not a good product, it doesn't get promoted. I don't believe in this reciprocal emailing thing. I will always do that if the product is good, but you will not see from me emails going out every single day promoting products. And there's a lot of marketers who will say to me, well, you're leaving money on your table, you should be leading by example, but not if it's a crappy product. I just cannot bring myself to promote something I don't believe in, okay? So if you want to discuss a product, don't put any links in there. If I think it's a very good product, I'll drop a link in there for you, okay? And I'm not talking about just jumping in with an affiliate link, but I don't want to be forced to down talk somebody else's product, because sometimes some stuff comes out that I just shake my head and think, I hope people are not buying that, you know? Anyway, so we've got the link in there for the Facebook group?
Yes, we do. And I reposted it again, and there you go. You have it on the screen as well from Tony. And I've also posted the link for those of you that were asking to purchase Commando HQ. I went ahead and posted the link for that as well.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Okay. Well, guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to set this up. We're going to go through all of these things in a lot more detail. Next week, the week after, we're going to go through them one at a time. And when things change on YouTube, which always happens, then we are going to be there and talking about and discussing it and finding a way around any issues that might come up, whether it's coming up from them taking something away from us that we were using in a strategy, or opportunities to create new strategies. And I'm looking forward to that, actually. I love when YouTube changes stuff, because often it plays right into our hands, especially for software like Commando HQ. We've got so much flexibility. We've got 2 full-time coders on that now, and they really are full-time doing stuff, and you can see the amount of updates that we're doing now. Now, what we really need to be doing is to be able to get into these different elements of ranking factors and creating, developing, evolving strategies, and that's what we're going to be focused on in the coming weeks. Okay, so this webinar really just to set that up. That's what we're going to be focused on, but we've got some brilliant strategies, especially when it comes to the multi-channel stuff. I've got things that you will not believe, and we're going to make things like one-click simple to achieve as well within the Commando HQ. So if there's any more questions, I'm happy to take them, but if not, then please go to the Facebook group and you can jump in there, and I will get people approved as soon as I'm just going to take a break after this, and I will be in there to be able to answer any questions, but again, not support, okay? If you want to talk about strategies, you want to talk about you know, SEO tactics or my opinion on something, then go ahead, you can do that. But any support questions, send it over to support desk and we will take care of it, okay? I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think, we don't have any questions. Yep. I wanted to thank everybody for attending and have a happy new year. We're looking forward to helping you grow your business in 2014. Everyone have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.